The Department of the Interior and Local Government, Central Luzon, presents this series of instructional videos as part of the formulation and updating of LGU Comprehensive Development Plans.
After formulating the vision statement, the next step in the process is to determine the vision-reality gap. The vision-reality gap is the distance between the desired state of the LGU and the present situation. It is determined by means of a vision-reality gap analysis. For this exercise, let us use the economic component of Cavite City's vision statement. First, input the descriptor from the existing vision, which is diversified economy, in column 1. In column 2, put the success indicators, which can help measure or assess the current reality as compared to the vision. In column 3, give a score on how much of the success indicator is accomplished as of today. Use the scoring parameters for column 3. 0 if absolutely nothing had been done about the goal. 1 to 4 if something is already being done to achieve the goal, but the level of attainment is still on the low side. A score of 5 if the goal is half accomplished. A score of 6 to 9 if the goal is more than half fulfilled but still short of full attainment. A score of 10 if the goal is completely attained. And letter N if no data is available. In column 4, compute the vision-reality gap, which is simply the perfect score of 10 minus the current reality rating. Then on column 5, identify steps which can help the sector towards achieving the perfect score of 10 for each success indicator. In this segment, I will show you how to formulate goals, objectives, targets, and strategies in line with the vision statement of your LGU. But before that, let us see 3 major reasons why we need to define our goals. First is to determine priorities and provide laser focus. Second is to gauge and measure progress and impact. And third is to increase motivation and performance. Aside from the vision statement and vision-reality gap, there are many sources of development planning goals that we can use as guide in formulating goals for our local government units. The sources of development planning goals are the universal concept of public interest, the general welfare goals, the general goals of the National Framework for Physical Planning, general goals for the Regional Physical Framework Plan, and input from cities and municipalities. Let's see them one by one. The universal concept of public interest focuses on 4 thematic areas, namely public health and safety, convenience, economy, and amenity. The general welfare goals are derived from Section 16 of the Local Government Code, which enumerates the mandate of LGUs to provide to its citizens, such as preserve and enrich culture, promote health and safety, enhance people's right to a balanced ecology, encourage, support the development of appropriate and self-reliant scientific and technological capabilities, improve public morals, enhance economic prosperity and social justice, promote full employment, maintain peace and order, and preserve comfort and convenience. Meanwhile, the general goals of the National Framework for Physical Planning are food security, environmental stability and ecological integrity, rational urban development, spatial integration, equitable access to physical and natural resources, public-private partnership, people empowerment, and market orientation. As for the inputs from cities and municipalities, it refers to the values and perceptions articulated by the LGU's residents and other stakeholders and derived through various participatory and consultative approaches. Before I give you the examples of goals, objectives, targets, and strategies, let us first define them so we would not be confused, as some of them are very similar to each other. First, the vision is a desired state of the LGU and its people. Goals are outcome statements that describes what you're trying to accomplish at a large scale. It describes what results will look like. Objectives are approach or actions that you take to achieve a goal over a specified period of time. Targets are measurable outputs, usually quantitative, required to achieve an objective. And strategies are tools that you use in pursuing a target to control a critical success factor or to overcome a barrier. Finally, for the example of goals, objectives, targets, and strategies, we will use the descriptor of the social sector being peaceful community of God-loving people. The goal is to improve the quality of life of the citizenry. The objective is to maintain peace and order. The target is to decrease crime rate to 5% by year 2025. And the strategy is development of systematic, integrated, and coordinated approach in preventing conditions for violence. Usually, the social sector identifies one goal for each subsector, one for health, one for education subsector, one for social welfare, and so on. If that is the case, then the vision descriptor pertains to the whole social sector, while the goals deal with each subsector. In addition, the vision descriptor states the what, while the goal states the how, but in general terms. The objectives also state the how, but broken down into more detailed action plan. You must have many objectives under one goal, but make sure that for every objective are at least one target and at least one strategy. Targets are more quantitative. It states numbers, percentages, and years, while objectives are more qualitative. Finally, strategies identify the method or approach that you will use, but make sure that they are general enough not to look like programs, projects, and activities. The second example is related to the economic sector. The vision descriptor here is a progressive agro-industrial community. The goal is to increase levels of agricultural productivity and efficiency. The objective is to ensure continuous supply of quality raw materials for production. The targets are to increase production volume from 8.6 tons per hectare to 9.5 tons per hectare by year 2026, and to establish 3 post-harvest facilities by year 2023. And the strategies are planting system and production modernization, and post-harvest facilities modernization and infrastructure support development. In formulating your GOTS, you may use the table format such as this on your screen. It is normal to experience some difficulty in coming up with goals, objectives, targets, and strategies because these are abstract terms. Oftentimes, it is easier to first think of programs, projects, and activities, then move your way up to the goals, objective, targets, and strategies. But whichever way you choose to do it, I believe that you will get better as you study and become more involved in the planning process.